Hello and welcome everybody. We have the patch notes for NAEU May 22nd. Let's get into it straight away. So we have the release for Dosa, the Abyssal Legacy skill. We have the details on it. It is an 8,423% one-time max 3 hits attack with a critical hit rate of 100%, accuracy rate of 25, maximum 10 targets, a forward guard skill with a minus 15 attack speed, casting speed, and minus 20 movement speed for 5 seconds on hits, and including a down attack with a 80% modifier in PvP. Blade Waltz, the previous skill that was on the E slot, will now be available via Quick Slot. Then we have a small change on the Prime Fog Cleave. They changed so the fog level effects are now applied to the Flow Oblique Cleave upon learning this skill. Then in general, we have some damage changes on Dosa. We have Prime Cloud Veil going up in damage with the PvP modifier going up as well. Damage is 5,421 and the modifier is 66. Prime Flow Twin Slash 3 and effects of the Flow Final Slash. Damage is also going up on both skills to 4,793, sorry, on both attacks, with a 61% modifier. Prime Flow Blinding Slash, which affects the chain Shade Slash, is going up to 5,867 on both attacks with 68% modifier. Fog Cleave 3, which affects the Oblique Cleave. The damage is going up on the first two attacks with a modifier of 72.8, and the third attack is going up to 6,222% with a 36.3% modifier instead of 30. Then we have Prime Summer Breeze, damage again going up to 3,600 on the first two attacks with a 76.5 modifier. The last attack is going up to 7,108 times 2 with a modifier of 77.5. Taeguk is also going up in damage a little bit to 3,819 with a modifier of 64.3, and the second attack damage going up to 10,176 with a modifier of 63.5. Prime Autumnal Blitz damage is staying the same on attack 1 with still max 7 hits. The damage modifier is going up by 2% to 72%, and on the attack 2 damage is going up to 9,651 with a 62.4% modifier. Prime Four Seasons, the first attack with max 5 hits remains the same. Modifier is going up to 65% though, and attack 2 is going up to 10,248 with a modifier of 69.5. Then we have Dual Slash, attack 1 and 2 both going up to 6,733 with a 72.3% modifier. Fogfall going up to 5,030 and a damage modifier of 73.4%. And the Reverse Blade Waltz also going up to 6,832 on both attacks with a 55.4% modifier. Then we have the big contribution point easing. So in general, we have contribution being restored for a lot of nodes. So here we have in the Belenos territory, the CP being lowered on these nodes. For Serendia, we have changes on these nodes. Pause the video if you need to go through with them, but you will have also gotten a message in-game of how much CP has been returned to you. In the case of Calpheon, we have a larger list. Especially if you still had the connection to Star's End, you will definitely notice this. In the case of Medaya, it's a bit more reviewable. Medaya Northern Gateway and Altanova Gateway have gone down. Valencia nodes have also gone down. Perhaps we will need to reevaluate the trade routes between Valencia and Land of the Morning Light. Perhaps now the land route is more economical again. And we have the Camasilvia node changes, also going down by 1 to 2. Trigan as well. Most noticeable ones here are Bloodwolf Settlement, Dormant Lumber Camp, and the Sherikon Necropolis. With Lita node, we have Thornwood Forest, Crypt of Resting Thoughts, Story Midnight Port, Tunkuda, Olens, all but going cheaper, also including the Narsion chicken meat production and the fish drying yard, also losing CP. In the case of the Story Midnight Port fish drying yard, even 2. Then we have the Mountain of Eternal Winter, also losing some CP. Here, big highlights are the Jade Starlight Forest and the Sherikon Iron Mine. Then they've also decreased the contribution points required to purchase houses. In the case of Camasilvia, we have a full list as well here of CP being lowered across the board in Grana. Duvenkroon and Dorman Kemoth Lumber Camp. Belenos is losing a little bit of CP in Belia 2-3 and 3-2. Serendia is also losing a lot of CP in Heidel and 1 English. Calpheon has the different districts losing CP, but it is quite an extensive list, including houses in Portaferia, the Chapel, Calpheon East, Campino Farm, Florin, Keplan, Trent. Medaya is mostly losing in Altanova the CP requirements, and Valencia is also losing CP requirements, with notable highlights the Valencia Plantation, Ancado Inner Harbor, Shikatu Camp, and Sangrain Bazaar houses. We also have new production nodes being added to the Ulukita region. These are becoming available, so here we have the New Ruder Plain with Monk's Branch as a highlight for 2 CP. Atasara Mining in Tongrad Ruins as well. We have Traces of Nature and Crystals, in this case blue and translucent, or up here iron ore and copper. City of the Dead, we have Birch, Timber, and Sap Lumbering. Darkseeker's Retreat, we have the iron ore, powder of darkness, and rough black crystals. Israhid Highlands, you have lumbering for the white cedar sap, and as a highlight, the bloody tree knot for 2 CP. In the Shakatar Wilds, you have a highlight for spirit leaves, and in Stuffbeer, you have a highlight again for Monk's Branch for 2 CP. So these Monk Branch nodes are definitely going to be worthwhile. If you need workers in the region, you can get them in Ospercon Work Supervisor Cabellum, which is inside Ospercon towards the north end, and in Moosgar you can get it off the Work Supervisor Semil. There have also been changes in the housing to allow lodging to be purchased. So in Ospercon 1, there's a new house for the storage level 3 or lodging level 2. Same for Ospercon 2, there's a storage level 2 with a lodging level 1. Moosgar is getting expanded usage on the previous residences. Now it has become a lodging level 2 in both cases, and there's also a lodging level 2 in Moosgar 3 and a lodging level 1 in Moosgar 4, again with storage options also being available. They've also added production nodes near Keplan. The Marnie's Lab has a lumbering. Gyanin Farm has gained a lumbering. One, again, highlight Marnie's Lab has spirit sleeves. Abandoned Quarry Mining and North Abandoned Quarry Mining has gotten zinc ore, powder of earth, and copper ore and rough translucent crystals. Further, they've also improved the process to move to the next worker more quickly when using view continuously option, so this will cycle a lot faster than previously. Also, we get a extension on the fish price guaranteed period. So it used to be 24 hours, now it is 48. This time will be transferred into your fish tank if you have it in if you use the tank. You also have the increase of the price guarantee for fish in Odalita, which used to be 36 hours, which will now be 60. The price guarantee for fishes in Mountain of Eternal Winter has remained unchanged because these were already on a 4-day timer. They've also increased the price guarantee period for the currently owned fish during the May 22nd maintenance, and fish stored will remain by an increase of 120 hours. So fish stored in the inventory, remaining price guarantee period has been increased by 24, and not increased for fish with price guarantee period already expired. So here we see a small list of fish, but overall it is pretty much all the fish being affected except for Mountain of Eternal Winter. Then we have a change on the item description for the combat 533% scroll to be more find out where you can obtain it. So before it was event or purchased through Black Spirit's Pick. Now it is event or purchased through the loyalties and silver items tab in the Pearl Shop. They've also improved the descriptions for some material items. So they've showed the display usage, how to obtain crafting materials, and such if they were missing before. They've also changed the item description format to be more consistent among items. Quest and Knowledge, we have a new quest, Silhouette of an Unknown Fish. Lately, a mysterious rumor has been spreading among fishers. So the rumor of What's-It stones being fished up have spread among the fishers in Velia. You will be able to check out this new story quest by accepting the Something Neat quest from the Black Spirit with a character from level 7 and onwards. They've also improved that if you already own the Oquilla's Eye Knowledge, the chat button that used to pop up on the Oquilla Storage Keeper will no longer be visible. In the case of Node and Conquest Wars, we have changes on the siege weapons. So they're changing the siege weapons as follows. Cannons, cannonballs obtained through crafting. They've increased the damage dealt to wooden fence, gate, barricade, offensive towers, and gate by 30%. They've also increased the damage dealt to flame towers and enhanced flame towers, watches, and enhanced watches by 60. The cannon guild ball cannon purchased from the guild military supply merchant has increased the damage dealt to flame towers, enhanced flame towers, watches, and enhanced watches by 24%. So here we have a benefit for building your cannonballs and not buying them. In the case of the ballista, they've increased the damage dealt to gates by 100% and increased the damage dealt to wooden fence, gate, and barricades by 50. In the case of siege towers, medium and large siege towers are now separated by conquest war tiers, and the durability and DP have been adjusted as below. So tier 1, they've increased the durability and decreased the DP, while in tier 2 and unlimited, they've increased both the durability and the DP. The Flame Tower, they've added a debuff in the Unlimited Conquest War and Unlimited Nodewar that reduces damage reduction and evasion rate on the Flame Tower hits. So each time you're hit by a Flame Tower, you will receive a damage reduction of minus 25 or an evasion rate of minus 7.5 for 15 seconds. And this debuff does stack, so don't get hit too often. They've also fixed an issue where cannonballs obtained through crafting did not deal 30% more damage to the following annex buildings compared to guild cannonballs purchased from the guild military supply merchant. So the barricade, wooden fence gate, siege defense tower, gate, flame tower, enhanced flame tower, watcha, and enhanced watcha. There's also changes on the Cadria elephants and elephants available in the War of the Roses. So they've changed it that the mouse movement is unavailable while using attack skills. They've also changed the following skills so they no longer ignore forward guard and super armor effects, which is the charge and horn attack. They've increased the damage of attack skills, and they changed the damage calculation so that instead of being affected by the target's damage reduction stats, a fixed amount of damage is dealt in Node Conquest War if damage reduction is 300 or higher, regardless of the actual stats. So damage reduction rates still apply, so total damage dealt on a forward chop and horn attack hits for 2,900, and damage per charge hits for 1,450. We do get an example. If the target's damage reduction rate is 30%, about 2,030 damage will be dealt on a forward chop from the 2,900. They've also changed the attack area of the horn attack to match the skill motion. They've also improved forward chop so you can rotate from the start of the skill until just before the attack. They've increased the rotation speed while moving for the horn attack and charge, and they decreased the HP of elephants available in War of the Roses by 33%. There's also a change for the method of determining the closing time for Nodewar forts with hidden timers as has been changed. So they've adjusted so the closing time for the question mark fort is now randomly set in seconds and instead of minutes. They improved also the Seeker's Hawk for war correspondence, letting them travel further while spectating Node and Conquest Wars. They increased the maximum left-right movement distance by 200%. They've also increased the maximum climbable height by approximately 16%. They've also added a feature that allows war correspondents to change the font color of participating guild or alliance names during Conquest Wars. This is accessed via the guild information, set node Conquest War guild colors on the right side of the occupying area. The following conditions are required to use this feature. You must be affiliated with a guild, you must have the war correspondent title equipped, and Node or Conquest Wars must be in progress. The changed color settings are only applied to the war correspondence display, and the changed color settings are reset upon reconnecting to the game. Further, we have improved rewards obtainable from Node Wars. This will apply to all Node Wars after the May 22nd update, and does not apply to rewards obtained before the update. So here we have Medalla and Valencia, tier 3, 4, and 5 rewards. The loot box obtainable items are displayed here. Then we have the Calpheon and Camasilvia displayed here for tier 3, 4, 5. With the Kindling loot box shown here. And finally, Belenos and Serendia, tier 3, 4, 5, being displayed here, with the Blazing loot box shown here. They've also improved the Node War participation rewards, so tier 1, you get the Determined Resolve reward, tier 2, the Kindling Resolve, and Unlimited, the Blazing Resolve, where you will get more gold bars and more, and more Resplendence Medal of Honor in the case of tier 2, and Unlimited. You will even get a Trace of the Thunderbolt. Then we have the mount changes that were mentioned in the quality of life. So the environment in the mountains and fields has changed the level of catchable horses from 1 to 10 to 1 to 20. They've also changed the tier range from 6 to 7 to 6 to 8. And they changed the spawning rate of the tier 7 wild horses in Dregan to be approximately 133 times higher than before. And this has been applied and applied this change equally to all wild horses spawn regions. So, according to the rumor among stable keepers, there's also new horses. So, you have rare wild horses, which grow 2.5 times slower, but sell for 5 times the price, and female wild horses with a 4 breeding count instead of a 1. They've also changed the remote collection feature in the stable to follow the rules below. So, remote collection is available for up to 20 horses, regardless of the actual space in the stable. And if you exceed 20 horses and there is insufficient space in the stable, remote collection will be made unavailable. System changes are also hitting us. They've changed the maximum level on season servers to better align with their intended purpose and meeting, and they've removed the life XP increase buff. That is a big letdown. That wasn't in the global. So the max level cap for season servers to level 63 and 99%. So this change only applies to season servers, and season characters can still level up without a cap on. And they removed the 30% life XP buff that was applied at all times, which is a really big letdown. They've also improved that if you possess a compass, you can ping your location to guild, platoon, party members in the desert or the Great Ocean, and the guild, platoon, party members can now see the pinged locations even if they don't have a compass themselves. On the web, they've just fixed an awkward wallpaper title, and we have translation changes for house production to house crafting, Duvenkroon 9.1 and 9.2 being changed to 9 first floor, second floor, Duvenkroon 11.1 and 11.2 being changed as well to 11 first floor, second floor, and Keemut Lumber Camp 1.1.1.2 also changing to 1 first floor, 1 second floor. And finally, we have the modified changes where they fixed typos in the event messages and general fixes of visuals of rocks and Deadeye and outfits. They also added the Asadal necklace to the list of upgradable accessories of the Cup of Arid Moonlight, the Asadal belt also for the Cup of Lone Tide and Tragic Nightfall, and in general, like I mentioned, outfit fixes on Dosa, Berserker, Witch, Shy, also a few UI fixes for the platoon UIs, and fishing resources. There was also a fix for where some characters had wrong HP or mana stats, so adventurers whose HP and mana were adjusted due to this fix have been notified separately via in-game mail. So if this affects you, you will know. Then we have the Saddle Up for Imperial Horse Delivery event happening. This will happen from May 22nd to June 5th. So we have mount and training XP hot time, 50% on each. You also can complete horse deliveries for double the Flowers of Oblivion, and the event Imperial Training Delivery invoices. So tier 6 will go double up, tier 7 will double up, and so will tier 8. And you will receive the Imperial Training Delivery invoices as well, which you can hand in. You can also tame wild horses daily for the Shining Capture seals at Liana, and you can exchange these seals, always exchangeable for the Training Delivery invoices, and once per family for the Fernroot Gula Courser Training Selection or Tier 8 of Emblem. And items you can exchange for the delivery invoices are pretty much horse materials, Stonetail Windmills, Courser's Auras, Horse Emblem Boxes, Grand Veer Horse Set, Tier 8 Emblem Box, or Crocodile Horse Gear Crafting Box, and just general upgrade materials for horses. Once per family, you can also get Celerity Draughts, Stonetail Meals, Crocodile Origin Stones, Courser's Aura, or again, a Crocodile Horse Gear Crafting Box. And here is a small reminder on how to catch a horse. You need a capturing rope and lump of raw sugar, and you pretty much approach your horse when it rears up. Right before it goes back down, you hit space. Keep tapping space to keep the gauge up, and then get close and give the horse the lump of raw sugar, and then you can just mount it and it will be yours. They also now activated the special festival login rewards, so now from May 23rd to June 11th, these will start, which includes a value pack 7 days, Resplendent Storage Box, the Festival Dice Boxes, a 120 stack, more boxes, Resplendent Journey Box, and again, Festival Dice Boxes. And we have the Pearl Shop update. We have an emoji pack again, Palooza of Papitudes. So this will be a permanent from today till onward for 975 pearls. This can be purchased once per family, and the emojis are shared by your entire family. We have the Waving Papu, Side Eye Papu, Smashing Papu, Enraged Papu, Lolling, Sad Papu, Wassup Papu, Hardy Papu, Glitched Papu, and Spit Take Papu. Then we have the 530% scrolls hitting the silver market. So these are going to be 530 silver for 53 scrolls, one time per family. Then we have the Ostracon Worker Lodge +1 expansion coupon for 200 pearls. This can be purchased 5 times. The same is available for Moosegar for 200 pearls. Then we have Outfit Deals, choose your premium outfit box times 6, with a 10% coupon after that. Choose your outfit box times 3. We also have the typical Artisan Enhanced support packs that we've come accustomed to getting refreshed. The Triple Gospy pack is now here for a 33% discount on the Triple Gospy for 3,300 pearls. Then we have a new Rare Pet pack again. The Rare Pet pack is 25% reduced for 2,475 pearls, which you can select of the Wolves, Midnight Lynx, Bosun Jack, Hedgehog, Polar Bear, Pudgy Llama, or Twilight Lynx, Snowlight Lynx. Then we also have a Classic Pet Pack, 25% reduced for 2,025 pearls. Again, you can select 3 of the different dogs, Hate, Flondor Duck, Fluffy, Grey Moon Cat by White Valencian Cat as examples. And we have additional discounts, 30% off horse gear and wagon categories. This will be till June 5th, and 20% off the costume categories also till June 5th across the board. And with that, thank you, and I will see you in video.